Hi, my name's Tony Ridley. I have over 20 years professional experience in the security industry, and for the past 10 years I've been working in the corporate and commercial security sectors, specialising in travel, safety, security and risk management. During this time I've conducted a lot of consulting, operations and business intelligence in order to make companies more profitable, efficient and safer. I'd like to share with you my experience and offer some of my key recommendations when creating a robust and global travel risk management program. Specifically, we'll discuss preparation, analysis, management, monitoring and response as it relates to an active and successful travel risk management program. After watching this, you should have a better understanding and be able to prevent or predict approximately 90% of travel risks and act immediately to improve your own program, regardless of whether it's developed or still in its infancy. Implementing a successful travel risk management strategy can be one of the easiest corporate actions, but one of the most difficult to get moving. Too much time is simply wasted focusing on the wrong areas for assessment and implementation that results in minor coverage for the major areas of concern. Here we'll simplify the process for immediate action and comparison. Preparation is the primary and key step for all programs, whether mature or developing. Any and all information that's collected, especially data, should be consolidated to ensure consistency and accuracy. Overcoming the silo mentality with the organisation is also paramount to consolidate. Intent, progress and resolutions must be communicated to all stakeholders in the most effective medium possible. Managers should not limit themselves to the more traditional mediums, but also include popular social media offerings. Key messages or content must be trackable or at least acknowledgeable to ensure potential life-saving information isn't lost in the vast corporate email inbox or mislabeled as spam. Each major milestone and change needs to be documented, rated and followed up and channeled into the communication plan. Time spent on effective preparation is rarely wasted and will pay dividends throughout the course of the program's life cycle. For example, a relatively small consulting firm who understood that they had a significant investment in their consulting staff, particularly their human and people capital, was able to develop and implement an effective world-class travel risk management strategy in a matter of weeks. Through a well-structured phase of preparation, mapping, they were also able to resolve this key business initiative that had consistently been pushed to the back, that had consistently been delayed, as they had always assumed the task was insurmountable, problematic or would simply take too long. Analysis of all key components associated with corporate travel must be conducted. It's that simple. The first and most pivotal of all of these areas is the travellers themselves. A profile and rating of each and every traveller needs to be developed and maintained and obviously updated also. Questions around health, experience, knowledge, function and even preparation are basic requirements for each traveller's threat profile. With this information, managers will be better positioned to make accurate assessments on the overall risk of any journey. The location visited is the second element, again, often overlooked or simply forgotten. The threats vary greatly from location to location and generalised ratings are useless if they're based on such known vulnerabilities. That is, if you simply try and apply a template or the same standard, it just doesn't work. Trips to a key area or a developed city warrant different planning considerations for that of a remote location in a developing country, for example. Different cities within the same country may vary vastly also, and they may have different threat concerns and therefore different threat preparations and concerns. Next is the activity to be undertaken by the traveller. A conference, a factory tour, an expedition or a client meeting all have vastly different threats and planning considerations and are not adequately addressed in the one-size-fits-all approach. They have to be customised and tailor-made in a granular process. Additionally, the level of support offered to the traveller has to be considered. This is not only those organic support options such as internal support and providers, but that of emergency services, infrastructure and so on available in the location and throughout the course of the journey itself. the time it takes for an ambulance to respond can turn a routine incident into a potentially fatal encounter. The assistance and assessment needs to be inclusive to represent both routine and emergency situations, not just one or the other. And lastly, all of the known or prevailing threats need to be assessed on an ongoing basis. Regular assessments and then ongoing review. You never know everything, but an overall list and impact potential outcomes assessments need to be conducted to complete the process, if consistent and measurable results are to be expected, and they should. Many threat factors may be seasonal or vary over the course of the month or the traveller's journey. For example, due to changing economic challenges, a mid-sized company was pressured to seek new business, particularly in developing countries and emerging markets. This became a challenge for the organisation in the traditional mindset. Until this point, they had always been reluctant to venture into such markets due largely to their perception, that is perception of risk, not actual risk. Following a structured and less superficial analysis, they were able to fully appreciate the actual threats and separate the more emotive elements. Following consultation with the managers and the travellers, they successfully expanded their markets and sought new business, with less competition as their competitors continue to lack the understanding and preparation to successfully pursue potentially lucrative opportunities in those specific markets. So it became, in essence, a competitive advantage for that organisation and continues to be so.